Yes, I'm standing in the shower. Taking a hot bath right before bed lowers your body temperature once you're in bed and also promotes sleepiness and makes you feel more relaxed. Bath or shower before bed?
We are back talking about sleep. I would love to know what you're thinking of this series now that we're a little over halfway through. Either DM me or put it in the comments below, because I am still very fascinated and very curious. There's so much more to tell you, and I can't even believe that, right? Like, whoa. But we are on number 9 and 10. Number 9, take a bath before bed, which you just saw, right? And then number 10 is cool room, dark room, gadget-free room on the 12 things to get a better night's sleep by Matthew Walker's book, Why We Sleep. We are breaking down each number on the list and just going a little deeper. Besides just what it says, we're saying, why is that on the list? So you just saw bath, right? Why a bath before bed? But let's get a little more specific with that, with the cool room, dark room, gadget-free room, because they do go together. And it's about dropping your core body temperature. You have to think of the ideal sleep scenario is just like, it's like you're in a cave, you know? You're in a cave and it's cool and it's night and it's cool and it's dark and there's no electronics around. Like that is probably like the perfect sleeping environment. Because there's something specific about your body temperature when you fall asleep. And you already probably know this without knowing it. Do you find yourself putting an arm out at the end sometime during the night or sticking a leg out in the night? Yeah, that's your body. Your body, without you knowing it, is adjusting your core body temperature, right? Because your body wants it to be a cooler temperature when you fall asleep. Do you find that it's a lot easier to fall asleep when it's a little bit cooler than when it's hot in your room? Let's look at some specifics. You need to drop your core body temperature by 1 degree Celsius or 2 to 3 degrees Fahrenheit to trigger sleep and then stay asleep. So that's why taking a bath before bed promotes that, right? It warms you up and then it plunges your body temperature, right, when you get out of the shower, right? So you're just automatically doing it. Oh, and the best temperature in a room to stay at sleep at night is actually 65 degrees. It's at 65 degrees Fahrenheit or 18 degrees Celsius. It seems a little bit cool, but once you get snuggled up in those blankets, right? It's just the perfect temperature to get you to sleep and for you to stay asleep, 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, let's talk about light, right? Because we said cool room, dark room, gadget-free room. Again, like 100 years ago, right? Our circadian rhythm, we've discovered, right, in this series, is 24 hours and 15 minutes. And so that rhythm used to be adjusted by the sun, right? We would work all day, the sun would go down, and about 2 to 3 hours after that, it would be pitch black and everybody would go to sleep, right? The clock was just rotating and we were all getting 8 to 12 hours of sleep and then working during the light hours, right? Well, modern innovation has come and been amazing, but it's also adjusted how we go to sleep at night, right? And so the blue lights from our phones and our gadgets and tablets and TVs, it just sends a little signal to your brain that it's not yet time to go to sleep. So that melatonin that normally would pop up for you just by the sun, or, you know, in the old days would pop up for you just because the sun was going down, it's not getting triggered, right? So things that you can do. One, you can have your alarm clock not be a place where you can see the face of the clock, right? Because then you're just looking at it all night. Everybody does that, right? You're always just looking at it all night. If you need an alarm, have an alarm, but just have it someplace where you don't see your clock while you're sleeping. Plus, there's the light on the clock, to be honest, right? That's a blue light too. Darkening shades, eye mask, blue light glasses at night when you are watching TV. It's really those 2 hours right before you fall asleep that you really want to be looking at. And 1 hour before trying to be gadget free. I know it's hard, but there's there's something that happens, right, to your brain. And actually that delay in melatonin can, with the blue light, if you just watch your gadget like right before you go to sleep, right, it can actually delay the fullness of your melatonin up to 3 hours. Yeah, up to 3 hours for you to get your full melatonin once you've gone to sleep if you're watching a gadget right before you go to sleep. So I think it'll be, I think he said like 50%-ish, but like you don't get the whole quality until like 3 hours into your sleep if you're watching that screen. So it's almost like you're giving yourself a sleep hangover the next day because it's all delayed, right? And you don't even know it, right? We're going about our regular day. I also thought this was fascinating. So like marine animals are awake during the day, and the water filters out all the different colors of light, and they're just pretty much seeing blue light right through the water. That's their day, right? And then at night in the ocean, it is pitch black. You see how that's already regulating their melatonin, right? They are awake during the day with the blue light, just like our gadgets and screens, right? And they're asleep at night when it's super dark, right? So that blue light is what is keeping us awake. It's just like those marine animals at night. So something that you can do, and actually my kids do this. Kason is the best, man. He is on top of it. I got him blue light glasses when he really got into the gaming thing, and he wears them. He wears them religiously. And I think that it's because he's on the screen so much at school too. He doesn't get headaches, and he has no problem falling asleep. He is probably the best sleeper in the house. And I wonder if that has something to do with it, if not a big thing to do with it, is that he is filtering that blue light when he's watching his screen. And he does give himself an hour before he goes to bed. See, I should just be copying my kid. Any bit of light, like we have light that's like cafe lights outside our window, and I forget to turn them off at night. I will walk downstairs and unplug those things because I can still see the light coming in my windows in the bedroom. And it is affecting how I sleep, how deep my sleep is. And I'll end with this because that's the core of it, right? Like, what does the body temperature need to be? Temperature in your room, how dark does it need to be? And what are we dealing with that blue light, right? And they are coming out with innovation and technology too that lowers lights in your home as the evening gets closer to going to sleep. And it just triggers that sleep, just makes it so much easier. A lot of times I think that we think that going to sleep is like flipping a switch, right? But we really need to think of it more like we're landing a plane from way up there, right? And we just slowly are gonna land this plane until we fall asleep at night. And yet a lot of us, I know, and I do too, I've done it too, watch TV or we're looking at a phone right before we go to bed. So just to be informed, right? The more we know, the better we do. Armed with information, people make better choices, right? So now we just all know, and then we can make a choice as we will. So that is sleep. Number 9 and 10, baths and dark bedroom, cool bedroom, gadget-free bedroom. All right, go have a good night's sleep.